second. Un segundo. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gents. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's a wonderful Wednesday. It's also Whopper Wednesday, and it's $5 sushi Wednesday too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a good day. It's a beautiful day. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day this fine morning. Hello, hello, hello. Let's make sure we're live. Let's make sure we're live everywhere. Right. Let's make sure we are live. Let's make sure we're live. All right. Yes. Let's make sure we are live. Yes, hold on, let me fix that glitch in the description there, the glitch that always happens there. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. Alright. Oh, let me put that it is 268. Because it went up to 268%. LABT ran up a nice 268%. Now it's pulling back a little bit, but it did have that nice run earlier in the day. We called it early in the morning, actually. LABT. We called LABT early this morning at 8:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 59% prior to its run 268%, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. It's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Let's make sure we're all copacetic here. Everything looks copacetic. Good. Good. There we are. There we are. Alrighty. Alrighty. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me just get everything all set up. Bobo Beep says, howdy. Howdy, Bobo. He says, here in your Lima Charlie. Copy that, Bobo. Getting ourselves all set up here. But yes, LABT ran up a nice 268% right there. 268%. Presenta. Marty says, good morning, Banger Nation. Hello, Bobo and Doubles. Hello, Marty. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Let's make sure we are live on the X. Are we live on the X? Hold on 1 sec. All right. There we go. We are live on the X. Let's make sure we're live on Twitch. Are we live on Twitch? Let's make sure. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right. Are we live on the... what do they call it there? Are we live on the... Facebook? The Facebook? Bobo B says, what's up to Marty? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Getting ourselves all set up. Wonderful. Audio works. Good. TikTok. Let's make sure that's up. All right. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a look at LABT. LABT, this stock ran up a nice 268%. All right. Had a nice run earlier in the day. All right. As well as, literally a few minutes ago as well. And right now it's kind of forming a bit of a pennant right here. And has formed a bit of a move over here. Boom. Needs to break above the $6.14 mark, which it does. Right now it has to hold above $6.14, break above the high of day at 747, and break the pennant right there. It is also above the VWAP at 534. That's the other thing that's got going on right there. Thank you for sharing live on TikTok. Banger Nation on TikTok says hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Nick on Facebook says hello, Double Nicks. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yes, sir. All right. LABT trying to make its way back up, trying to curl past 614. Trying to curl past 614. How's everybody doing today? Righteous Naz says hello. Hello, Righteous Naz. How you doing? On X, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. We're just getting ourselves all set up here. Getting all the announcements out and ready to go. But yes. Righteous Naz asks for SDOT. We will definitely take a look at SDOT in just a second. Just got to take a look at some stuff over here. Got to just get the announcements out and ready to go. And then we will be all ready to go. And we will be, yeah, we'll be ready to take a look at some stuff over here. So, yes. So game plan right now is we're going to take a look at LABT, all right, and then after that, we're going to take a look at SDOT, right, and then after that, we're going to continue on from there, ladies and gentlemen. And if you guys got any requests, ladies and gentlemen, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. How was your Taco Tuesday? I hope you had a wonderful Taco Tuesday. I had some regular tacos. I had some regular old tacos, ladies and gentlemen. I got the beef ones right there. All right, and got to have Taco Tuesday with the family. You know how it goes. You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And I ended up also getting a new game. Since I'm sharing everything up real quick, might as well make some small talk and just chill right here while I get the announcements out and ready to go. But yeah, no, I got to go chill and I got to get Resident Evil 4, the remake. So I'm very excited to play that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to play that. And the thing is, right, little thing. Illegal says good morning. Marty says doing good. Bobo, thank you. Yes, sir. All right. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. All right. But yeah, no, I got Resident Evil 4. I'm gonna be playing it with with my girl. We're gonna have a good old time. We're gonna be chilling. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time, ladies and gentlemen, because we like doing that. We like doing that stuff. And Resident Evil is always a fun game. I played Zero, which was pretty fun, although it was kind of rough moving around with like the fixed cameras and everything. And then I played, oh my, LABT went up 282%. 282%. Oh my. Ooh, hold on. Kingpin Crypto says, I forgot about Whopper Wednesday. Never forget about Whopper Wednesday, Kingpin. You know that. You know how it goes. Never forget about Whopper Wednesday. Which actually apparently is a thing. Like, Coach and I ended up finding that out. We drove past a Burger King one time, and we found out Whopper Wednesday was actually a thing. We were just joking at the time. We didn't know that there was actually a Whopper Wednesday. We just wanted something that had, like, WW in it. Like, something that went with the word Wednesday. And it was, like, food related. So we say Whopper Wednesday, like Taco Tuesday, right? And apparently there's also $5 sushi Wednesday, too. So that's a thing. So, hey... I don't make the rules, you know what I mean? But I will enforce them. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on, ladies and gents. Let me just get all these announcements out here. And then we should be good to go. We should be good to go. But yeah, no, got Resident Evil 4. Gonna be playing that. I'm excited. I'm very excited. The other games got me, like, I played the original ones. The original ones were pretty fun, but they were kind of annoying because you had to, like, the shooting in them was very, very confusing. Cause like, okay, yeah, like you run the risk of missing, and then you run out of like shots, and it's like, and then you're out of bullets, and it's like, oh no. Then you gotta like hope to God that you find more. And if you want to save the game, good luck. Oh, you wanted to save the game? Yes, I would like to save the game. Oh, you need like a... Don't forget about Thirsty Thursday tomorrow, Kingpin said. Yeah, man. Thirsty Thursday. Hey, I mean, who knows? Maybe Thursday is like Tortilla Thursday. Who knows? Tortilla Thursday or Thirsty Thursday. Hey, I mean, we all gonna be drinking water anyway on Thursday. Why not? But yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, and then I guess Friday will be French Fry Friday. You know? Why not? All right, hold on. There we go. Let me just get this set up over here. Let me just get this set up here. Boom. Beautiful. Good. All right. Let me just get this over here. Bop right there. And we should be ready to go. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just share this one little thing over here. And then we should be good. All right. All right. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we did call LABT early this morning prior to its 282% run. Actually, a very nice run on this stock right there. Very nice run. Keeping an eye on it, though. I'm keeping an eye on it right there. It does have a bit of a resistance line that it has formed right over here at $6.94. Yes. Oh, but if you want it to be a Resident Evil themed Thursday, I got the perfect one because there's a line apparently that they say in Resident Evil 4. Like they make like a threat in Spanish. They say "Te voy a hacer picadillo," which means that they're gonna like eat your face or something. I don't remember, but "Te voy a hacer picadillo" Thursday. If you want it to be Resident Evil themed, it's like, oh god. But yeah, no. Hold on one second. Let me just put this here. All right, we are looking good. Looking good. Good. Okay, good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Beautiful. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, yeesh. We got that going on. All right, let's take a look at LABT. LABT ran up a nice high of 282% right there. 282%. Very wonderful movement here. It has formed a bit of a pennant, though. It is moving above the VWAP. It is above the $6.14 line. Has to break above the small little resistance that it made at 691, and then has to break the high of day at 747 for it to be schmexy to me. LABT has a 600,000 float, which is a very low float. Volume is 26 million. As of now, 26 million. It is a bit overbought on the RSI. If you take a look right over here, it is a little bit overbought on the RSI, so it might be a little bit extended right there. Might be a little extended. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Hopefully, hopefully this goes up even more. And considering the track that it's been on, it has been moving up and then pulling back down a little bit and then moving back up. So we'll see what happens. It is pulling back down towards going below the overbought line on the RSI, so there's that, which is probably why it's moving down right now. It's kind of just like overbought, so they're kind of pulling back a little bit in terms of like buying it, but it has moved its way on up rather nicely. So we're going to take a look over here. All right.
LABT moving.
Well, yes, I said, yeah, LABT, ish. It's moving, ish. LABT, as of now, ran up a nice 282%. We called it early this morning on our private Discord. There we go. Prior to its run. And I hope it goes above 300, truthfully. I hope it goes above 300. That'd be awesome.
300.
Yes. Currently needs to break the pennant and the resistance line at $6.91, as well as the high of day at $7.47. Actually, hold on. It went a little bit higher than 747, actually. Let me take a look over here. Boom. 756. That's what I meant to say. 756. Right there. Boom. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. There we go. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at SDOT. SDOT at Righteous Nas asked for SDOT. So let's take a look at SDOT in the meantime while it's doing that. All right, so thing about SDOT right now, this is SADC Group Inc. American stock down 9% as of now. Currently very, very, very choppy. Let's take a look at the float and volume right there. The float is 1 million. Volume is actually 66,000 right over here. So it's a low volume stock. All right. The float is reasonable, but the volume is extremely low. So we got that going on. SDOT, the last bit of news that it had was 2 days ago, and it actually had news that said that's why it was surging on Monday. It's building on gains from late last week. All right, that's what it had going on right there, and it did have a July 14th completion of a $6 million acquisition of Trade IQ from Hong Kong-based Litio Limited, which means that chances are good this is based in the U.S., but it's a China stock right there. So that's what they got going on right there. They did acquire another company that was from Hong Kong, so we'll see what happens there. But as of now, hold on, let me zoom out right here, and let me get this zoomed in right here. Bop, right there. All right, and let's take a look over here. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated. Choppy price action being shown right here, here, here. All right, lots of chop over here. Indecisive wicks over here, and then more indecisive wicks right over here. There's a lot of instances where this price action is very, very choppy, not very healthy, not very schmexy as of now. Needs a lot of volume for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. So SDOT as of now, SDOT, very low volume, choppy price action with indecisive wicks. That's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on for SDOT, SDOT, SDOT right there. Not looking too schmexy to meow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Hold on one second. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you got any requests for stocks that you want us to take a look at, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the chat. All right. In the meantime, we're going to take a look at INLF. INLF. Let's see how INLF is holding up. It's a China stock, up 46% as of now, but currently on a bit of a downtrend here. On a bit of a downtrend, needs volume to break that downtrend and break above the VWAP at $4.86. INLF as of now, all right, needs to break the downtrend and the VWAPA at, hold on, right there, right there, at $4.86 for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. That's INLF, needs to break that downtrend right there. We'll see what happens. INM, let's take a look over here. INM as of now.
LABT breaking out.
Oh, LABT, what's it doing?
Testing $7.
Oh my. Oh my, is it breaking through the
$7,
tiny
$7.
resistance?
Test.
LABT curling.
Testing.
Oh my,
$7.
LABT.
Does it do it?
LABT curling and testing the $6.91 resistance and $7
Here it goes, baby.
mark right there.
Here it goes, baby.
Ooh.
It's breaking.
Oh my.
Breaking out.
Up. Wait.
Testing,
Pulling back.
testing.
Pulling back. It's testing. It's testing.
Testing.
It's testing. Testing.
Testing.
It's testing it a little bit.
Come on, $7. Come on, $7. Come on.
Come on. Come on. Like it's trying to. It's really trying to right now. It hit 283. It did hit a new high. It did hit a new high of 283 though. I will give it that. LABT did hit a new high of 283. LABT hit a new high of 283%. 283%. All right. Needs to break the high a day at $7.81 right there. $7.81. Bop right there. For it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Alright, but right now it's pulling back a little bit because it is still a bit overbought on the RSI. It is pulling back. Needs to hold above the 639 mark though. Has to hold above 639 for it to be schmexy to meow. Has to hold above that. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that to go, let's take a look at CHAI. CHAI, Chai. All right. Now this is Core AI Holdings Inc. This is up 43% as of now. Has some unconfirmed Q1 earnings due in 13 days from now on August 4th before the market opens. So they got that going on right there. They did have a bit of a downtrend going on right here. Bit of a downtrend. Hold on. Bop right over here. Boom. All right. Needs to break this little downtrend right here, and it looks like it's trying to curl its way on up, but needs to break above the VWAP right now. So CHAI curling off the downtrend, needs volume to break the VWAP at 68 cents for it to be schmexy to meow. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. There we are. And let's get a share party going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to a nice 300. 300, 300, 300. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. 1 second right there. Alright. Hold on 1 sec. Alright. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Alright. There we go. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going on. Let's get to a nice 300. 300, 300, 300. Alright. Let's get it going. Yes, sir. Alright, alright, alright. Alright. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Alright. So, that's CHAI, CHAI. Then there's INLF, INLF. Alright. Still needs to break the downtrend here and still needs to break above 46. It's a China stock, so I don't entirely trust it there. INLF, INLF. Alright. Still needs to break the downtrend and the VWAPA at 486. There we go. Alright. Alright. INM. How's INM holding up? INM.
LABT, high day test, Nick.
Ooh.
LABT, high day test.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. LABT. Alright. INM, hold on. INM needs to break the pennant, needs to break this consolidation below the VWAP as well. INM. Consolidated below the VWAPA and needs to break the pennant. Alright, consolidated below the VWAP at 279 right there, 279. Then we're going to take a look at LABT. LABT, see how it's doing right there. LABT, how's it looking? Is it curling its way on up? We'll see what happens there, but they still formed another resistance right there. Another resistance. Could be. Could be, could be. All right. So LABT hit a resistance point right over here at $7.18 right there. Hit a resistance at $7.18. Rashangyu Irshad asks LABT any re-entry. Well, I can't give you entry and exit points.
Be a key level.
But yeah, $7 is a key level right there.
Needs to smash it.
Yeah, it has to break through $7 really for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow right there. Has to break through $7 right there for it to be somewhat schmexy. All right. As for re-entry, I don't do re-entry, so yeah, but we don't do that here.
We're not financial
Yeah,
stock
we're
advisors.
we're not financial or stock advisors. That would be illegal for us to do.
Can't give you financial
Yeah,
stock advice.
you can't be doing that. Yeah, we can't be giving stock or financial advice there. But as of now, I'm keeping an eye on it. I want to see if it can break past the $7 mark right there because it has poked above it.
At $7.
Yeah, it's a key level resistance right there at $7 right there. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. $7 is actually right over. The $7 mark is right over here, around here actually. Boom. That is where it has to break above for it to be somewhat schmexy to meow. Alright, $7. That's $7.01, but you get the point. It's testing, it's testing.
It's testing that level.
Yeesh. Has to break above the $7 mark right there.
Needs volume.
LABT. LABT needs volume to break the point of resistance at $7 right there. It has to break that $7 mark for it to be schmexy to meow. There we go. Alright. Alright. So we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens. LABT kind of consolidated a little bit. Needs to break that $7 mark and stay above it. And has to break above the $7.19 resistance line. Then it has to break $7.81.
Testing again.
Yeesh. It is testing again.
It looks like it wants to go.
Yeah.
Come on now. Volume. Come on, volume.
Come on now.
Needs more volume.
Needs more volume for it to be so much maxi to meow. Alright, LABT. LABT trying to curl. LABT trying to curl. Yes, it is. Trying to curl its way on up right now. Trying to curl its way on up. We'll see what happens there with LABT. LABT.
$7 level, toying with it.
Yes, it is toying with it. Yeesh. Alright. Can it break above it, though? Let's see. Has to hold above 639. Has to break above the $7 mark. Then 719. And then the high day at 781. Alright. Yes, sir. Right there. Alright. Let's see here. Let's see what we got with LABT going on. Alright, in the meantime, while that's going on, we're going to take a look at CHAI. CHAI, still trying to curl, but still needs to break above the 68-cent mark right there. Alright, CHAI, curling off the downtrend, needs to break the VWAP at 68 cents for it to be schmexy to meow. Yesh. Alright. Alright, SMCL, what's it got going on? SMCL, and on a downtrend as well, not schmexy to me. Unknown float as of now, and the volume as of now is 264,000. 264,000, so not too schmexy to me. SMCL up 23%, but needs to break the downtrend and needs a lot of volume to break that VWAP at 1154. All right, so SMCL needs to break the downtrend and the VWAPA at 1154 for it to be schmexy to mya. We'll see what happens there. All right, we're going to take a look at AEHL. AEHL, as of now, looks like it's curling its way on up a little bit right there. AEHL. All right, curling slightly. All right, curling its way on slightly right there. AEHL needs to break the VWAP at 91 cents. It is trying to curl its way on up, AEHL. AEHL curling needs to break the VWAP. Hold on, where's my watch there? Yeah. Come here, you. Yeesh. Needs to break the VWAP at 91 cents right there. Needs to break that VWAP at 91 cents. We shall see what happens. Kingpin asks, how about the crazy CPHI? Let's take a look at CPHI. CPHI, China Pharma Holdings Inc. There's a China stock right here, down 14% as of now. So keeping an eye on it right here, keeping an eye on it. All right. CPHI did move up before pulling back down and forming a bit of a pennant right here. We're going to take a look at the float. Let's take a look at the float. Float is 27 million, so it's a bit high on the float. Volume is 4 million, so it's a heavy float, light volume stock right there. All right, does it have any news going on? Does it have any news? It did soar nearly 700% yesterday. All right, so it had that going on.
Choppy as hell, though.
Yeah, it was very choppy, though. It did have a nice soar, but it was very choppy. So there was that right there. And as of then, I mean, it was a lot of trading on Tuesday, but it was very choppy. It was a very choppy move upward. As of now, it's pulling its way back down. So we'll see what happens there. All right. So, CPHI, as of now, heavy float and light volume, as of now, needs to break the pennant, which it looks like it's doing. All right. So I'll write instead curling off the pennant and needs to break the VWAP at $7.93. For to schmexy to mya. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. There we are. There we are. All right. KC Boyle asks for Kappa. CAPA. All right. Let's take a look at CAPA. CAPA. No such stock. Unfortunately, I do not. Do you see anything about a CAPA, Coach?
I'm sorry, what's the ticker?
Charlie, excuse me, actually, KAPA, excuse me. Hold on, I had it wrong. KAPA. There we are. Got it. I thought it was CAPA for a second. All right. Kairos Pharma Limited. All right. This one right here is up 10% as of now. American stock. We'll see what happens there. Let's take a look at the float and volume. Float and volume is, the float is 14 million, volume is 18 million, so it does have a higher volume than the float, but it isn't that much higher. We'll see what happens there. It did partner with Bayer to mull ENV 105 inhibitor in combination with Bayer's Exofigo. I don't know what that is entirely, but it does have news that they are partnering and collaborating to enhance an activity, the Exofigo activity in metastatic prostate cancer. So it's a prostate cancer treatment of some sort that they're trying to work on right there. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's get this over here. Boom. Okay. So as of now, this stock right here formed a pennant right here. Needs to break above the VWAP at 40 cents right there. KAPA, KAPA needs to break the VWAP at 40 cents. 40 cents needs to break the pennant right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. There we go. But right now, it's pulling its way on back. Needs to hold above that pennant and break through for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, all right, all right. In the meantime, let me take a look at INLF. INLF. Let's see how INLF is holding its way on up. It looks like it's trying to curl off the downtrend right there. INLF trying to curl off the downtrend, but needs to break that VWAP right there at $4.83. Is LABT halted? All right.
No, LABT's not halted.
Yeah, I was about to say, where'd it go?
No, it's not halted. It's got resistance at 640.
Ah, okay. INLF.
Yeah, it's doing a descending wedge. You gotta see if it does a bull reversal.
Yesh. INLF curling off the downtrend, needs to break the VWAPA at $4.82 for it to be schmexy to mya. There we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going.
Breaking out of the descending wedge, LABT.
Oh, okay.
It's trying at least.
Yeesh.
Volume seems to be coming in.
All right.
Still needs more volume.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 700. 700, 700, 700. Hold on one second. There we are. All right. All right, all right, all right. So let's take a look at LABT. LABT. All right. So, yep. So LABT. Let's get rid of this over here.
660 is the key level right now.
Yep. It has to break above 660, which it's currently at 660. It's climbing it slowly.
It's got to break it.
It's got to really break that right there. Yes, it does.
And then $7 after that.
Yeesh. And it has to break above $7. Has to break the pennant right here. Bobo Beef says, "What's up, Kingpin?" Yes, sir. All right. As of now, has to break above that $7 mark. That's the main mark that I'm trying. That I hope it breaks right there. Yeesh. LABT. LABT needs to curl off the descending wedge. Up, up.
Pushing,
Alright.
testing.
Alright, there we go.
Come on.
Off
Come on,
the
fella.
Descending
Come on, fella, grow up.
wedge. Yeesh.
Eat your Wheaties.
Needs to break the $7 mark. And the high of day at 781. 781 right there. Alright. Yes, Kingpin Crypto says sup. There you go. LABT. Come on now. It's trying to break it. Come on now. It has to break above the $7 mark. That's really where it has to break above. So we'll see what happens there. Getting into the 9 o'clock hour Eastern Standard Time. We're getting there. Bobo Beef says stop teasing me, LABT. Yeah, I know, right? LABT is just tease. It's teasing. Yes, it's teasing us all. It is teasing us all. It's like trying to consolidate and all this other stuff, and then it's like trying to test it a little bit, and then it pulls back, and then it goes back up, and it's a whole thing, and you're like, come on, bro. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. It's like, why don't you make up your mind, huh? Alright. So, we'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens in the meantime. While that's going on, I'm going to take a look at INLF. INLF. Alright, still curling its way on up. Needs to break through 481. INLF still curling. Alright. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. There we go. Alright. 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 Casey Boyle asks for GWH in the meantime. Alright, we'll take a look at GWH. Alright, let me just put over here. INLF still curling. Needs to break the 481 VWAPA still. Still needs to break that area. Alright. Casey asked for GWH. Let's take a look at GWH. GWH. Alright. Lot of chop over here. Lot of chop. Hold on 1 second. Boom. I want to take this over here. Alright. GWH. Lot of chop. Let's take a look at the float. Float is 29 million. Volume is 1 million. So this is a heavy float, low volume stock going on over here. Heavy float, low volume. LABT. LABT. Excuse me, not LABT. GWH. Heavy float and low volume stock. Alright. Has quite a bit of choppy price action right over here. Let's just take a look right here. Boom. Choppiness right here. Alright. Choppiness. So it's a very heavy floated stock with low volume right there. Not looking too schmexy. Casey Boyle says it has news. That's great. I'll take a look at the news, but it doesn't have much volume. So I'll take a look at the news. They did sign an LOI with Juniper Energy. Yeah, letter of intent with Juniper Energy to deploy a 500 megawatt or more sodium ion battery energy storage system. All right, that's cool. That's good. That's good news. But not a lot of volume. So that's the thing. That's my thing really. If it doesn't have much volume, you know what I mean? It needs volume. It needs volume for it to really be schmexy to me. So as of now, GWH, heavy float, low volume stock. All right. Has news catalyst, but needs more volume to break the choppiness and
likes on the chat.
yeah, choppiness and the indecisive wicks that it has had. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Yes, sir. Kingpin says LABT breaking down. Let's see. LABT as of now needs to break above that $6.39 mark right there. It needs to break that descending wedge right there. LABT needs to break the descending wedge and the resistance line at $6.39 for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Alright. ZCMD just came in. ZCMD. Zhongchao Inc. This is a China stock as well. Up 44%. And looks like it's slowly climbing its way on up. It has a very choppy uptrend going on. Choppy uptrend right now. Needs to break $2.19 for it to be somewhat interesting to me. And it also looks like it needs a lot of volume. So ZCMD needs volume, choppy, curl, upward. Needs to break the indecisive wick. Excuse me. Needs to break the VWAP, actually, excuse me, the VWAP at 219 for it to be so much maxi to me. That's ZCMD, DXF. Choppy as well. Choppy price action. Yeah, DXF not looking schmexy. DXF, choppy. With low volume. Not looking schmexy there. DXF. Alright, and that's what we got going on so far. That is what we got going on so far. Gotta take a look at LABT. Alright, but yeesh. And ladies and gentlemen, by the way, be sure to check out our wonderful merch store over here that we got going on. Be sure to check out this wonderful, beautiful merch store that we have right here. Bop, right there. Alright, be sure to check it out. We got all sorts of cool stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got cup and handles right there. We have hats. People like to call them lids, but we call them hats, lids, whatever you want to call them right there. Stickers, we have tumblers, we have all sorts of other cool stuff right there. We got all sorts of cool stuff, ladies and gentlemen, all sorts of cool stuff. So yes, that's what we got going on. That is what we got going on. Hold on 1 second. All right. All right. There we are. So, as of now, yeah, be sure to check that out. Be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check out the merch store. We got all sorts of cool stuff. We got the wonderful Stowaway just chilling out and doing his thing right there. He's all over the merchandising. He's all over the merchandising, but we got some Beebs Buckaroo. We got Beebs Buckaroo there, and of course we are coming soon to the merch store. Will be the wonderful Goldie Brickstorm, ladies and gentlemen. The wonderful Goldie Brickstorm.
Star of the show.
The star of the show. She's a star. Yes, she is a star, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Alright, so we got that going on. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Link is in the description as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out right there. Be sure to check that out. Also, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join is in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. Yes, be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check it out. We got all sorts of cool stuff there. All sorts of cool stuff. We got 4-day. Right? We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the cash. The moolah, the loot's the cash. Oda, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. LABT looks like it's pulling back. It's no longer overbought in the RSI, so we got that going on. Needs to break this descending wedge, though. Needs to break the descending wedge and break above the 640s for it to be schmexy to mya. That's what we got going on there. And, yeah. Also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out the 3-month deal that we have going on. We have a limited time offer for 3 months, ladies and gentlemen. 3-month deal, limited time offer. All right, so be sure to get it while supplies last. It is the 3-month package for the real-time alerts and scanners at a discounted rate of $66.67 per month, charged quarterly, right there, charged quarterly. So be sure to check that out as well, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check that out while supplies last. It's a limited time offer, so be sure to get it while supplies last, because it won't be around forever. So be sure to check it out. Yes, sir. All right. In the meantime, though, while we're doing that, let's take a look at LABT. LABT currently pulling its way on back quite a bit. Currently pulling its way on back. Needs to break the descending wedge and needs to now break the VWAP at $5.90. Has to also break above 551. Looks like it's pulling itself back right now. Not looking too schmexy right there. Not looking schmexy. LABT needs to break the descending wedge and the resistance at and the VWAP at 590. VWAP at $5.90 right there. Had a nice run earlier in the day at 283%, but you know, sometimes it be like that. Needs to curl and break its way on up above the VWAP at $5.90, and then needs to continue to curl up after that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Hold on. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got? What else we got? Let me add them. Let me add them. Righteous Naz asked for ADVB. Alpha Delta Victor Bravo. Let's take a look and see how it's doing. All right. So, a lot of consolidation below the VWAP over here. A lot of consolidation. So, this is ADVB. This is a Taiwan stock as of now. Up 20% right there. Up 20%. Needs to break above this pennant that it has formed right over here. Boom. Right there. All right, needs to break that pennant, needs to break the VWAP at $9.21 for it to be schmexy to mya. Needs to break $9.21, ladies and gentlemen. So, as of now, ADVB, Alpha Delta Victor Bravo, needs volume to break the pennant and the VWAP at $9.21 for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. ZCMD, ZCMD. ZCMD broke the VWAP right there, broke the VWAP at 220 and looks to be climbing its way on up right now. Looks to be climbing its way on up. Let's take a look over here. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated. Boom. And boom. Needs to break above $2.48. $2.48 for it to be schmexy to me. Well, it needs to break higher than that, but it'd be a good start. You know what I mean? So ZCMD curling upwards and broke the VWAP. Needs to break the resistance line at 273. 273 is the new resistance line right there. Has to break above that for it to be schmexy to mya. That's ZCMD right there. ZCMD. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. Alrighty. Woo. Alright. So, while that's going on right there, let's take a look at some of the requests we got. Ladies and gentlemen, also be sure to put in any, if you got any stonks you want us to take a look at, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to a nice, beautiful 1200. 1200, 1200, 1200. Get that going on right there. Alright. 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 Yes. Yes. Alright. Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look. Alright, let's take a look at some requests that we got going on over here. Hold on. Someone requested SkyQ, SKYQ. Alright, I'm going to take a look at it real quick. SKYQ. Choppy. Like, it had a bit of a move up here, I guess. Right? But then it started pulling back down, then curling back up, and then going back down. Very, very choppy. Very, very choppy price action going on there. All right. Very, very, very just up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's very confusing there. But as of now, it has fallen downward and now looks to be trying to climb upward. Needs to break the VWAP at 447 as of now. Sky Q, very choppy price action. Needs to break the VWAP at 447 for it to be schmexy to mya. That's Sky Q. Very choppy price action as of now. Not looking too schmexy. Not looking too schmexy. Has fallen below the VWAP. So not too schmexy, ladies and gentlemen. Not schmexy at all right there. Alright. Let's take a look at ZCMD. Someone requested ZCMD. ZCMD. Alright, ZCMD pulled up and then proceeded to pull back. Now it needs to hold above the VWAP right now. Needs to hold above the VWAP right there. So ZCMD pulled up, then pulled back. Needs to hold above the VWAP right there. ZCMD needs to hold above the VWAP. Needs to break the resistance line at 228 for it to be schmexy to mya, sort of. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Alright. Alright. Someone requested LABT. Let's take a look at LABT again. LABT looks like it's trying to curl up off the descending wedge slightly. Needs to break the VWAP at 589, but it looks like it broke it. Needs to break the resistance at 639, that's for sure. So, LABT needs to break. Alright, broke. Curling off the descending wedge. Needs volume to break the VWAP at $6.39 right there for it to be schmexy to mya. Alright. It's LABT. LABT needs to break $6.39 right there. That is the resistance line as of now. Has to break above that. Has to break above that $7 mark, and then has to break above $7.81 for it to be really schmexy to mya. So we'll see what happens there. LABT. LABT. We'll see what goes on. Let's see what else was requested. Let's see here. Oh, okay. We did ZCMD already. ZCMD we did. INLF did that one. CJMB, we have not done that one yet. CJMB. Let's take a look at that one. CJMB. Choppy. Very choppy. This one looks like garbaggio. This one looks like garbaggio, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of indecisive wicks. Choppy price action. Some instances of barcoding. I mean, CJMB. CJMB. Needs volume to break the choppy price action and indecisive wicks. Needs a lot to do that. All right. Yeesh. Let's see here. Mario Mano Bianco asks for CHAI. Let's take a look at CHAI. So let's take a look at CHAI right there. Okay. So CHAI as of now, trying to curl its way on up still. It's still trying to curl. It did have a bit of consolidation here and then curled its way on up slightly. It still needs volume to really break above that 67-cent resistance line right there, which is at the VWAP. So CHAI as of now, CHAI still curling off the downtrend, needs to break the VWAP at 67 cents for it to be so much maxi to me. That CHAI has a 16 million float, 63 million volume right there. So the volume's good. It's solid, but it's got solid volume. The float is a bit heavy, but that's okay. It be like that sometimes. All right, the volume's a lot higher than that. So it's curling its way on up, but really needs to break above that 67-cent resistance line for it to be schmexy to mya. All right. After that, Righteous Naz asks for ZBAO, ZBAO. All right. So ZBAO had quite a bit of consolidation as of now. Shot up a little bit on a bit of a price spike and then pulled its way back down slightly. So we'll see what happens there. Hold on. Let me get this right up here. Bop. All right. And then pulled its way back down right over mya. So as of now, needs to really break that VWAP right over here at 19 cents. All right, very choppy as of now, so it really needs volume. ZBAO needs a lot of volume. All right, this is a China stock down 8%. ZBAO, all right, needs volume to curl upwards and break the VWAPA at 19 cents right there. Needs volume. Needs that volume right there. Alright. Alright. Alright, so CHAI, let's see how that's doing right there. CHAI still climbing slightly. Up 62%, that's what it hit. And then pulled back a little bit at 58%. But it's still trying to climb slowly but surely. We'll see what happens there. We shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. We shall see. Alright. So, CHAI, still trying to curl. Still trying to curl and break the VWAPA at 67 cents. That is that goal right there. That is the goal right now for CHAI, in my opinion. Needs to break 67 cents. That is the goal right there. All right. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going right there. Let's get to a nice 1500. 1500. All right. All right. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. All right. Alrighty. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna take a look and see about those other requests right there. Night Rogue says, good morning, Doubles. Good morning, Night Rogue. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. It is Whopper Wednesday. It is a beautiful, lovely... We're 5 minutes away from the bell, by the way. It is a beautiful Whopper Wednesday. It is a beautiful $5 sushi Wednesday as well. So yes, it is a nice day. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. Yes. So we'll see what happens there with CHAI. In the meantime, let's see about some other stocks here. Alright. Alright. Let's take a look at INLF. INLF. Yes. INLF. There we go. Yeesh. Bowl Beef says, what's up, Knight? Yeesh. Alright, alright. So, let's take a look over here at INLF. INLF needs to break this pennant right over here.
I think so.
What? Is it back? Hold on. Hold on.
I think
It just came back up.
X is on.
Alright. Okay. Or is YouTube up?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I think so.
Alright. What happened?
I think we're back. I think we're back.
Are we back? Let's see if we're back. Hold on.
Yeah. No, YouTube's on.
Hold on, let me.
It's on.
Alright.
I think.
Bubble Beef says Lima Charlie.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Alright. There we are. There we are. Alright. Good, good. Whew. Okay. Scared the life out of me. Woo-wee. It was probably just a little boop. I don't know. A boobity boobity boop. You know what I mean?
Little boopage.
Little boopage right there.
Back and better than
The
ever.
internet say hi. Say, hey.
We back and better than ever, those.
Yes. Oh, and all it took was Coach smacking his F key. What?
I did not break the F key.
Yes, you did. Anyway.
You are evil.
Look, I'm just telling the truth.
Evil.
If the truth makes me evil, then I am sinister.
Evil.
NASA
Evil.
says hi, Doubles. How you doing, NASA? How you doing, brother man? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're making lots of money. Hope you're doing good in the fortnights. Hope you're doing all that good stuff. Hope you're doing well, NASA. I hope you're doing well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. By the way, Coach, were you playing with the NASA and the others last night?
We played a squad in a scrim on a custom screen.
Ooh, okay. NASA says I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How's your morning going? Yeah, my morning's going good, man. It's a beautiful day on God's green earth.
The bell.
The bell.
The bell rang.
The bell.
Let's
Let me
go.
take a look at LABT. Let me take a look at LABT in the meantime while he's doing that right now. He says, glad to hear. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doing my thing. You know how it is. Chilling out. Another day. It's a beautiful day. It's Whopper Wednesday. It's $5 sushi Wednesday. You'd think it'd be $5 sushi Friday, but you know what? No. It's $5 sushi Wednesday. We don't ask many questions. Yeesh. All that good stuff right there. It's always a good day. It's a good day. Gonna chill out with the Indelible Tribe, or excuse me, the Banger Nation right there. The Banger Nation.
The Banger Nation.
Yeesh. Gonna chill with the Banger Nation for a bit. Then after that, gonna do some power play. Coach is gonna get some dubs for the community. You know how he do. You know how he do. You know.
Let's go to community.
Maybe Coach and I'll play some Fortnite as well, just chill, you know. And you know, it is Whopper Wednesday and $5 Sushi Wednesday right there. So who knows? Might get some of that. And then after that, once that's done, and we've and the wonderful beautiful work day is done, I'm gonna go chill out, play some Resident Evil 4. I'm very excited, by the way. I'm very excited for that game because I hear it's lit. I have not played it before. I've played Resident Evil, right? I played Resident Evil 0, right? The one in the train. They played 1, right? The one in the big old mansion. They're both very spooky. And considering the fact that and they have like the bug monsters, man. I hate bug monsters. The reason being, right, is because I have horrible entomophobia. Entomophobia is the fear of bugs. I do not like bugs. They just drive me crazy. Right? Some people have aquaphobia. Some people have arachnophobia. I got entomophobia. I do not like bugs, man. They drive me nuts. Like I see them.
Bugophobia.
Yeah, entomophobia. That's what it is.
Bugophobia.
A phobia of bugs. Yes. Like,
Is it?
like if they start like creepily moving around, it's like get away, get away.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't like that, man. Eesh, not a fan, not a fan. Oh, ZCMD, oh migration, look at that. Shot up like a Dickens just now. ZCMD. Oh my, now up 95%. ZCMD 95%. Price spike broke through the 273 resistance line right there. ZCMD. Bobo Beep says, oh, what does that say? Ah! Bobo! Bobo, that's evil. Bobo, that's evil. Well, but a snail's not an insect. A snail's not an insect. Is it an insect? No, it's not. I don't think a snail's an insect. Good sir. You know what? I shouldn't say that. There's certain bugs that I don't mind. I don't mind ladybugs as long as they don't as long as it doesn't like creep up behind me. I turn around. Oh Jesus! No, I don't want that. But grasshoppers, they're okay, I guess. Butterflies, they're okay, I guess. Bees, I don't like bees. I don't like bees. Bees suck. They're useful for the environment, but I don't like them. They're mean. They're mean. But they don't do anything unless you get close to them. No. They got Black Air Force energy. What do you mean? All right. Now, the beetles, though. What about beetles? A beetle will scare the life out of me. Mosquitoes? I hate mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are the bane of my existence.
Have you ever seen the mosquitoes that are the size of a small dog? Snails are mollusks. Yes, they're mollusks. I don't think snails aren't insects, though. They're mollusks. No, they're not. They're not insects. They're gastropod mollusks, aren't they? Wouldn't that make them like more closely related to like an octopus or a squid or a clam? You're like that kind of makes more sense because they don't have an exoskeleton. All right, they got the head, thorax, and abdomen, but like I don't think they got like the.
You talking about snails?
Yeah, snails. Yeah.
Are snails?
They're not insects. No, I highly doubt they are. They're mollusks.
They are. Technically, snails are not bugs or insects.
Good.
Scientifically, they're classified as gastropod mollusks, making them more closely related to octopuses, squids, and clams than to ants or beetles.
Yep, I called it. They are related to like octopus, squids, and clams. Yep, no exoskeleton.
Anatomy. Three-part body.
They don't have the head, thorax, and the abdomen. No, they don't. So I was right. All right, good. All right. I was about to say, I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. But yeah, no. Have you ever seen what terrified me as a kid was the mosquitoes that were like extremely big. Like, as in, way too big for a regular mosquito. Crabs and lobsters are bugs, just saying. Yeah, yeah, they are. I guess. They're like underwater bugs, but they're delicious. I mean, wait, are they bugs?
Lobsters are not bugs.
No, crabs, they're not bugs. They're not.
Aren't they mollusks too?
No, they're arthropods. Yeah, they're not bugs. Crabs and lobsters aren't. I think that's Bobo being biased against the sea because he hates seafood. But I think he's biased against the sea. They're crustaceans. Yeah, like shrimp, lobsters, right? They're you know, they're crustaceans. Yeah. So those things aren't bugs. No. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, no. See, he's trying to. Bumblebees is trying to make me afraid of everything now. I mean, yeah, crabs are just delicious though. Especially crab. Coach, you remember when we went to You know what? Story time, ladies and gentlemen. They are related to spiders. They're not related to spiders. I don't think they're related to. Are they related to spiders? Hold on. They're more like. Ah, okay, yep. So it says crabs are related to spiders, but they're more like distant cousins than close siblings. Both belong to the arthropod phylum, meaning they share basic traits like a hard outer shell, jointed legs, and segmented bodies. However, their branches on the evolutionary tree split hundreds of millions of years ago because both are indeed arthropods, which is the master group, but they split into entirely different subphyla, with crabs belonging to Crustacea, with shrimp, lobsters, and woodlice, and spiders belonging to Clericata, with the scorpions, ticks, and horseshoe crabs. So, yes, but no, I guess is the best answer. Like, yes, but no. They're not bugs. They're not bugs, buddy. They're not bugs, Bobo. They're not bugs. He's trying to scare me. He's trying to scare me away from seafood. He's trying to turn me to the dark side. Bobo Beeville strikes again. He's trying to turn me away from crabs and lobsters. Quick story time, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So, Coach, myself, DBL Moms, one time it was like this was years ago, right? We had like a long day of work. It was a nice Friday night, right? I think I was still in school. Was I still in school? No, no, I wasn't. I wasn't still in school. Um, no, no, I wasn't. I wasn't still in school. This was like long after I graduated. Okay, so Coach, myself, DBL Moms, we went to all bugs. By your definition, ticks aren't bugs. What do you mean ticks aren't bugs? Of course they're bugs. Ticks are very much so bugs, Bobo. You cannot lie to me now. But yes, no. I guess I'm picky about what bugs I actually tolerate. Like I could tolerate ants. I can.
I don't like ants.
I don't like them. I could tolerate
The
them.
ones in Florida are vicious.
Oh yeah, no. Coach, Coach, one time I think didn't you get bit by a couple of them?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
They suck.
Yeah, like Coach was walking, right? And he accidentally stepped on an ant hill, and like the ants just started like biting him, and he was like, "Oh my God, ah, ah!" He got. I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Dude, they're on my leg."
I got scars from it.
Yeah, no, we had to. We smacked them. I'm like, "Coach, hold still." I grab the hose, I wash them off of his leg, and I effectively. All right, then I take the hose and I go right into the wall, right into the anthill, just wipe them out. But Man, oh man. And by the way, did you know that ants could form like a raft if they're in a body of water? Did you know they do that? Which is kind of cool, but at the same time, ugh. Imagine you're swimming, you just see a bunch of ants just floating around like a little raft. It's like, yeah. I will say though, they're very. If there's one thing I will give to them, they got good work ethic.
You got good work ethic.
They got good work ethic.
Are you serious, bro?
They got good work ethic, man. They do. They do. What do you? What? Am I wrong? They always working 24/7, 365. Those things are working. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh no, they weren't fire ants. They were black ants, Bobo. They weren't fire ants. I've seen fire ants, man. I've seen one. Like I was in middle school, right? And there was this one kid who was like really, really, really. He was not smart, right? He was not a smart boy. I don't know what happened to him. God only knows. But this was back in New York, right? This kid decided to sit on a bunch of fire ants for a dare.
Do they have fire ants in New York? Nah.
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
I've never seen them.
They did. They were red. They were red fire ants, yes.
That was pretty dumb.
That was dumb. Like, oh my God. When I looked at this dude, I'm like, why are you like this? Why are you like this? He sits on them, and he's wearing shorts, mind you. So they crawl into the guy's pants, and they're biting the heck out of him. He's screaming and running around like a chicken without a head. I'm looking at him like, bro, what is wrong with you? I told him, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. He's like, don't tell me what to do. I'm like, all right. Okay. A hard head make a smooth butt. That's all I'm going to say. And his butt got bit. They actually had... All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. The moolah, the loot to the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. And ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel at CoachNickMoney. At CoachNickMoney, where we do all sorts of live streaming, stock reviews, stock analysis, long-form videos, short-form videos, all sorts of cool stuff like that. Videos that are informative in nature, funny in nature, or motivational in nature. We got all that good stuff right there, as well as some wonderful shorts too. And of course, be sure to check us out on our X.com, aka Twitter, at CoachNickMoney. At CoachNickMoney, where we do all sorts of live streaming, stock reviews, and stock analysis. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to check us out on our Twitch at CoachNickMoney, where we do lots of live streaming right there at CoachNickMoney. All right. And of course, be sure to check us out on our Facebook.com at CoachNickMoney. At CoachNickMoney, where we do lots of live streaming, stock reviews, and stock analysis there as well. Be sure to check us out on our TikTok, Tiki-Taki, a.k.a. the Tac. The Tac. You can find us there at DBLNicks. At DBLNICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. Money. All right, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us on Instagram and Threads at CoachNickMoney. At CoachNickMoney, where we do lots of stock reviews and stock analysis there as well. So be sure to check that out. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time episode of Power Play, hosted by the legend himself, Coach NickMoney, as he traverses the stock market prior to the Power Hour. And what he likes to do is he likes to give his honest reviews and analysis of each and every single one of the stocks that he keeps an eye on right there. He keeps an eye on the stocks and takes a look at them, gives his honest review and analysis. And then what he likes to do is he likes to let the stock simmer on high heat with a little bit of paprika, a little bit of sazon, cumin, a little bit of tagine, all that good stuff right there. So, yeah. That's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on. So, yeah, be sure to check that out. While he gets some dubs for the community in Fortnite, he gets some dubs for the community. All right? So, quick thing before we wrap up. If you guys have been watching and you're serious about trading small caps, don't just sit on the outside trying to piece it together. We've got a 4-day full access pass for $9.99, and it's full access. So you come inside, you get to see how we actually operate live. You get to see how we structure trade ideas, how we map levels, how we think about risk, how we handle momentum. You get access to the next day early watch list, as well as 24/7 market news flow, pre-market scanners, after-hour scanners, all that good stuff right there with the float, volume, catalyst, context, all of which built right in. That's on the left side of the screen with the market news flow on the right-hand side of the screen. And also you get access to our ticker tape built to catch stocks when they're starting to heat up, but before they go parabolic, all of which are complete with hyperlinks so you can learn more about each and every one of the stocks and do your own due diligence before purchasing any stock at all whatsoever, right? Because, we're not stock advisors or anything like that. And ladies and gentlemen, this isn't noise. This is structure. So, if that's how you want to approach the market, grab the 4-day pass or the 3-month pass that we got going on right there for a limited time and come see it live. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section, so be sure to check it out. And when you come in, let us know you saw us on the stream. We'd love to hear from you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. Much love. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you at 1:30 p.m. for Power Play.